Good day all and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Any Card at Any Time by Sébastien Macak and Philippe Molina. For $14 you can pick up this magic app where you will get video and written instructions for 2 card at any number type routines. You'll also get access to a Facebook user group. So what is this magic app? Essentially, this emulates the stopwatch on your phone and allows you to force a number. What are my initial impressions? Well, I know some people don't like magic apps. I always feel that as long as they're well motivated, then it makes sense and people aren't going to suspect much. I really like this app. I think you're getting a lot for your money, especially because it makes sense to take out your phone to open up the stopwatch feature when you tell your spectator you want to show them a quick trick. I really like how they can test out the stopwatch, they can play with it. And then when you're ready, you can go into the effect. That's really nice. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the routines and then also give you guys both the positives and negatives, try to answer your questions along the way. So you're going to get about 17 minutes of video instruction, and I think it comes in both English or French, depending upon your language, although the app is pretty much language independent because it's using the stopwatch feature of your phone. So the first routine, you introduce 2 decks of cards. You let the spectator choose one of the 2 decks. They shuffle it up, you shuffle the other one. You tell them that you want them to time you. You take out your phone, you ask them to think of a card. They name any card they want. You open up the stopwatch feature, you give your phone to them, you let them test it out so they can see that it works fine. And then you tell them to time you. You go through the deck, turning the cards face up to look for their card. You find their card, they stop the stopwatch, and it doesn't look like anything special has happened, but now you have them add up the digits on the stopwatch where they stopped you at. You give them the other deck, you let them count down to that number, and they will find the matching card, the card that they merely thought of. That is the first card at any number type effect. The second routine, you only need 1 deck of cards. You take out your phone, you take out the deck, you shuffle it, you can cut it if you want, you can let them cut it. You tell the spectator that you want them to select a card, they select a card, they put it back. You tell them that you want them to time you, you're going to try to come up with their card. They start the stopwatch, you look through the cards, and then you verbally tell them the card that they chose. They stop the stopwatch, and just like in the first version, they can either add up the digits or just focus on the hundreds position, and at that position they're going to count down to the cards. They're going to count down the cards and find the card that they selected themselves. So that's the second version. So those are the 2 main routines on there. You do get also a trailer to watch where Philippe Molina does demo any card at any time collector's routine, and I thought that was very clever and most closely resembled a routine that I reviewed here by Robert Ramirez. It was called Stopwatch, and that was on his expert phone technique instructional that I reviewed. The big difference was that Robert Ramirez routine, he had to use some sleight of hand because he didn't have a clever app to help him force the hundreds position digits. So this is really a nice way of performing that effect. If you do perform that effect, or if you're interested in it, you can use this app to do that routine. That being said, I did reverse engineer the Any Card at Any Time collector's routine, and it's too bad they didn't include an instructional on that. They didn't include any instruction, but I will tell you there were some clever moves in there. In fact, one of them you can find in this book, Early Marlowe. So if any of you do get this app and you are interested in that routine, just send me an email and we can talk about it. So I'm going to answer some basic questions that you guys probably have about this, just give you a good idea of this app. So I think the app is really good. I really liked it a lot. I had some good experiences with it myself. Like I said, that it doesn't require any language requirements, which is nice. You don't need any Wi-Fi, so you could perform this literally on the beach. And that's really nice because some magic apps you have to have a Wi-Fi connection. Here you don't. I really like that I could have it running in the background on my phone, and then I could go into it literally at any time that I want. So I'm gonna give you guys an example of what I mean by that. So here, for instance, I can have it running on my phone. I can have the phone away in my pocket or whatnot. And then anytime I want to use it, I literally will just take out my phone, and then I can just go into it at any time, where I can just put in, you know, whatever I want. And then here I just open up the stopwatch feature and I'm ready to go, literally right there. Other things I really liked about the app was that the spectator can test out the stopwatch before you start. I really like that it's very customizable. You're going to customize the actual stopwatch itself, what it looks like. You can also customize the way that you input the information that you need to. You can also customize whether or not all of the numbers of the stopwatch add up to the number you're trying to force, or if you just want to force the hundredths position, which that's also nice. I liked how they added a feature where you can input your own stack. So the card at any number routines do use a stack, but you don't have to have any stack memorized. So this is totally beginner level to use this. And what's nice is they added a feature where you can have the deck of cards cut multiple times by the spectator, and the app will adjust for that cutting, which just adds another layer of impossibility to it, even if the person has any thought that maybe there's some order to the cards, which that was also nice. I like that I could use my own stack with the app, which I like that too. And I also liked how there are visual cues in the app. So when you start it and you're ready to go, there are different visual cues there on the stopwatch screen that let you know that you're ready to go. So that way you don't screw up. That's kind of nice, because a lot of magic apps, there's no cue to tell you that it's running or it's ready to go. You just have to have faith that it's working. The other thing that's great is that at the end of the routine, the stopwatch is totally examinable. They're not gonna find anything fishy about it. We really liked how the person who's using the stopwatch feature, they can burn the screen and they're not gonna see anything. For instance, like if I, let's see, so like if I wanted to force like the number 23 in the hundreds position, I'm gonna show you guys like how there's no way for you that you're gonna actually see it. So I have it running right now, and you're gonna see when I stop it, you're gonna see 23 come up in the hundreds position. And here's the crazy part about it, is that you're not gonna see anything. So I just stop it, and look at, there's 23, and you're burning it, and you don't see anything. So the person can be burning this, and they're not gonna see anything. So this is really well made. So another way that I've used this app that I really liked a lot was a routine that I've talked about from Ben Blau's book, which is called Pocket Square. And Pocket Square is a magic square type routine where you have a spectator think of a number, and then they write it down and they're just thinking about it, and then you do a magic square in front of them, and then of course the magic square adds up to their number. Well, you can use this app with that, with the idea that you want them to time you to see how fast you can do the magic square. The nice thing is it adds another revelation, because not only are you revealing the number they're merely thinking of, but as a kicker, you tell them, oh, this is how long it took for me to come up with the magic square. You know, you think things are random, they're not random. Let's add up these numbers. They add up the numbers, and it also adds up to their thought of number. So it's just like one more nail in the coffin. So these are different ideas of how you can use this, and I'm sure if you join the Facebook user group, you will learn lots of other ways to use this app. You really are only limited by your imagination. In terms of the real negative things about this, I'll tell you guys, one, it is a magic app, so a lot of people probably won't like it just because of that. I didn't like that to reset it, I had to actually, maybe this was just me, but I had to actually close and reopen the app, because there was not a quick way to do an instant reset to be able to repeat the effect or to do another effect using the stopwatch really quickly. I had to actually close the app and restart it. maybe there is a way to do that. I couldn't figure that out on my own. And then the third thing I thought that could have been better was I thought they could have included an explanation to the any card at any time collector's routine, which I just reverse engineered myself. But like I said, it would have been nice if they had added also an explanation to that, because they did put that out as a trailer for this effect as well. Well, my final thoughts are these, that I think the app is definitely worth the $14. You're gonna get a lot for it. It's totally customizable, which is really nice. And I think they put a lot of effort and time behind it. And it really looks innocent when you bring it out, because literally it looks just like your stopwatch. What I really like is that when you open up your phone, it looks like you're just opening up your phone. You click on the stopwatch and literally it's your stopwatch. So everything looks copacetic. I think they really did a great job with that. There's no hidden moves. You don't have to hide your phone when you open up the app, which is great. I really like that a lot because it all looks totally fair and open. Anyway, my final rating for this app is 4 out of 5 stars. I would highly recommend it to you guys, literally without any reservation. The only reason I don't give it 5 out of 5 is, like I said, was because I think they could have included an explanation to that other routine just to give you something more. And there could have been maybe an easier way to reset the effect or to be able to repeat it. And like I said, maybe that does exist and I just missed it myself. As always, if you have any questions or comments about this or anything else, please just leave it below. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning into my magic reviews, and I will see you on the next review.